Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a Who Is Explained type of video for The Walking Dead Season 8. This one, we're going to give our thoughts and explaining just who is the man, the myth, the legend, Morales.
You're not Atlanta PD. Where you from?
Up the road a ways.
Well, Officer Friendly. From up the road a ways. Welcome to the big city.
So it's been a little bit since The Walking Dead Season 8 Episode 2 has aired now at this point. And I definitely wanted to do this one. No real way that I can kind of hide this one with regards to spoilers, since we're answering, who this is, who the character is for casual fans, because this one is just such an interesting return in The Walking Dead Season 8. You have a character that literally has not even been mentioned in the show, inside the show, between anybody, I don't think, since, like the first season, really, when he left. So basically, Morales is one of the initial original survivors from the Atlanta camp group. When we see Rick at the beginning of the series find Lori and Carl, as well as Shane there. And pretty much what happens is that Morales decides with his family that he would be best off on his own, heading towards family in Alabama, versus where Rick and Shane are taking the group, which looks to be a shot for Fort Benning or the CDC, really, where they end up. So when they leave Rick and the others, the initial Atlanta survivors camp group, to kind of head out on their own, we have Morales, we have his wife, and their 2 children. So it's quite crazy when you think about it that after all these seasons, going from season 1 all the way up to season 8, pretty much 7 seasons of the show, from season 1, episode 5 to season 8, episode 2, we really don't know what his journey has been like whatsoever, or what happened to his family. We see him again season 8. We don't know if anyone from his family is still alive. I'd have to say, based on what we've seen Rick and our survivors group go through, probably would lean towards most likely his family that he left with originally is probably all gone, which could definitely explain why he has become a savior at this point, which I do think is interesting. I mean, you take a character at the beginning who seems like a very nice, respectable kind of guy, and you take away his whole family. Maybe he loses his wife, he loses both his kids. Afterwards, is he the same person that you knew back then? Afterwards, I don't think so. Especially considering how he may have lost them. We really don't know. It could have been from maybe some zombies got them, or possibly some other kind of group or something, if they were attacked or something. It's just, man, it's really hard to say. So hopefully they eventually will shed some light, maybe in this week's episode 3, they could explain what his journey was like all this time, because to me that sounds very interesting to kind of get some more details. But the fact that he's actually kind of joined the Saviors, somehow managed to find Negan and the others at some point during this journey, become what seems to be a strong character in their group. Maybe even some sites are claiming a lieutenant, which is equivalent to Dwight and some of the others as part of the Saviors that are important characters. It's just it's very interesting to kind of think about what could have happened here and all the details, and also that they have him kind of be a standout member of the Saviors, being one that at this time right now looks like he has kind of bested Rick, or at least has Rick at gunpoint. I personally am really happy that they decided to finally bring him back, because fans just really would not let it go. It seems to be that season 1 being such a short and sweet season, you get 6 episodes season 1. He's really the only kind of survivor that's out there, I would say, that we haven't really seen again. There's a few characters like Morgan who leaves, and then we don't see him for a while, and then eventually he comes back, and then he comes back full on to be a full-fledged character in the show, starting in season 6 when he arrives back in the season 5 finale, Conquer. But Morales is one where he's just gone and then totally back. So it's pretty fun to think that I want to say in this case that the fan support or just the amount of fan interest for the character must have been instrumental in them deciding to bring him back, to give him another chance in the show, and kind of write a part for him, write him in to kind of bring him back for fans, so fans are not asking anymore, what happened to Morales. At this point, they actually get to see, and they have some closure for this character near the beginning of the series that left, that now in the 101st episode has returned and seems to be on the opposite side, seems to be a villain at this time. What the future holds for the character, man, we're just going to have to wait and see. It's really hard to tell at this point. We've got all-out war well underway. He's right there with Rick, so really glued for this weekend's episode 3, to find out, is Rick going to be able to get away? Is Rick going to be able to counter him somehow? How does Rick feel about this? Because so far we haven't seen any, aside from Rick acknowledging that, hey, I know you, right? You're from Atlanta. You're Morales, right? Officer Friendly from Up the Roadaways. So, really cool stuff. I'm so excited about The Walking Dead Season 8 that they decided to do this and bring the character back. It's just, it really is a huge thing for hardcore fans of the series that have always kind of wondered over the years what happened to the character, and finally they're going to close that loose end, and we're going to actually get to see it, and that is just wicked fun. I just can't say enough good things about the decision to kind of bring him back and let everybody kind of know, so that the fan theories can stop. People can stop trolling me with Morales theories. It got kind of ridiculous there after like 6 or 7 years. It's like, you guys are never going to let this go, are you? They better bring him back, because to be honest, the fans want it, and they're never, ever, 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 ever going to let this go. It's been 7 years at this point. If they haven't let it go by now, they're never going to. So I'm glad that AMC, The Walking Dead, producers and everything, writers decided to give him another shot. It's really cool. So really excited to see what the future holds for Morales. Interesting stuff for sure. You guys can write your comments below. Let me know what you think, and just how nostalgic is that to see him come back. It's just so cool for hardcore Walking Dead fans. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can also share and favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. You can do it at the bottom left. That's it for this one, guys. Check out these other Walking Dead videos here from this week in the channel, and I'll see you guys again real soon. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.